I'll just go to my New York office and lay low.
I hope he's still alive.
Why? Because you like to gloat?
No. I just want to see him and Erica destroy each other.
Hello? Hello, is anybody there? Well, that's it. I've had it.
What happened?
Couldn't you hear? The person absolutely refused to say anything to me.
That's harassment, too.
Yes, it is, and I'm not going to take it anymore. I want a new unlisted phone number. Josh, I want you to get on that immediately.
I'll get right to it.
And Josh, I want you to get dressed properly.
Right.
If there's anything else you would like.
No, Mrs. Zuko, really, not a thing from you. Thank you. I will ring if I need you. Mike, what are you doing? Mike, we are not up in the airplane anymore in that special club.
So we are opening a branch at sea level.
Oh, we are. Well, we can open a branch at sea level a little later, okay? Because Olga and Harris are going to call me. They're going to call me in a minute.
Why don't you get Mrs. Zuko to answer the phone? This is what you pay her for.
Oh, well, now I wonder who can that be?
Oh, come on, let's go upstairs and pick up where we left off.
Excuse me, this package was just delivered for Mr. and Mrs. Roy.
Oh, I wonder if it's a wedding gift.
I don't know. Perhaps we should call the police.
The police?
Well, with all these crank calls lately, perhaps it would be best if the police inspected the packages first.
Why don't you see who it's from before you call out the bomb squad there, Zuko?
Oh, Mike, I'm frightened.
Well, don't be. It's from me.
Well, how can it be from you? It's addressed to both of us.
Well, occasionally I like to send a little gift to myself. Now, will you open it, sweetheart, or shall I?
Are you absolutely sure it's from you?
Well, excuse me, but the messenger did say that it was from Bartolini.
Bartolini? Well, that's an Italian name. You see, Mike, we could be blown to bits.
Not by Bartolini's fine leather goods. Now, ladies, if you're the slightest bit nervous, by all means, stand back.
Mike, what do we need that's made out of leather?
Let me see what we have here. Yes, it is a fine leather frame.
Oh, Mike, our wedding picture. Oh, Mike.
Where did you find it?
In the phone booth. The sneak even had a cord on him.
Did he make a phone call before you grabbed him?
Yep. But he didn't get to open his yap before I stuck this right in his jugular.
Do you think anybody saw you holding him off, honey?
What, I look like a greenhorn? I'm slicker than grease.
Well, just be glad that you found him and that everything's okay, baby.
You know what I'm glad about? That nobody's gonna put me behind bars. You hear that? You answer me!
Yes, I hear you.
No, I don't think you do hear me. I'm gonna have to teach you a lesson.
Won't be necessary.
Shut up! Now you listen good. I made the cleanest escape that penitentiary ever saw. I ain't losing it all on account of you. You ain't trying nothing ever again.
No, Billy! Hi. Oh, come on in.
Thanks, Nina.
Zach, I am just fascinated by this book you gave me.
I'm glad you like it.
But there are a few questions I'd like to ask you about it.
No, that'll have to wait, Nina.
Zach, is something wrong?
Yes. I got some serious problems about this afternoon, the thing with Harry.
Well, Zach, you should feel wonderful about that. You saved his life.
No, I didn't save a life. I can't call it that.
Well, I can call it that, Zach. That man could hardly breathe. I thought he was going to die.
Well, then why don't you let me handle it before you went to your husband?
Well, I've always called Cliff in an emergency. As it turned out, we didn't need him after all.
Doctors don't like to know that.
Well, then I had to tell him about the miracle that you performed.
Nina, miracle is a nasty word in the medical community.
Well, that's exactly what it was, though. Zach, what you did was absolutely miraculous.
Maybe so, but it's only going to lead me to trouble. All Cliff has to do is to tell one of his doctor friends, and you'd be surprised how fast the cops are all over me.
What for? You didn't hurt somebody. You helped him. You saved him.
You'd be surprised, Nina, how fast they hassle me because I'm practicing without a license.
You can't get a license for a gift like yours.
You tell that to the cops, okay? Now, listen, I think the best thing is I'm going to get all my stuff and get out of town.
I don't understand. You were at King's Cross this morning seeing the baby.
Yeah, well, I want to go back and see her again.
I don't mean to be so dense. Of course, you want to spend as much time as you can with her and hold her.
Yeah, you should see her little hands when they grab my finger, Donna. It's like magic. I haven't lost that feeling all day long.
Hey, I have a wonderful idea.
What's that?
Why don't I go with you? I'd love to see the baby, too.
I don't know, Donna. That's not going to sit too well with Brooke.
Well, she doesn't have to know. I'll look at the baby through the nursery window and I'll stay in the hall, huh?
I don't want to risk it.
Risk what? Hey, what is so terrible about me seeing the baby? I mean, Laura's your daughter, too.
Yeah, but it's like walking on eggshells with Brooke. I don't want to get her back up. Baby's too important.
Okay, I'll stay in the car. I'll keep you company coming and going.
Oh, girl, I don't want you waiting in the parking lot of the hospital.
I don't mind, really.
I mind. Look, I thought you had to go see Phoebe this afternoon. Isn't that right?
I'd rather not.
Ah, but you have to patch things up with her. You're business partners. You have interests.
You're right. You're right. I should go see Phoebe.
Incidentally, don't you let her give you a hard time about us.
Who cares what she thinks? When you coming back?
Well, I don't know. Depends on the baby's schedule.
All right, you gotta wait for feeding time to hold her.
Well, I don't know if Brooke's gonna let me in for that. I'll just have to wait and see.
Well, hey, drive carefully. But hurry back.
I better go now. I'll see you in a while. And don't you worry about anything anybody might say about us, because there's nothing to worry about.
Oh, does she have to go?
Yes,
oh,
I'm afraid
sorry. Oh, sweetheart. Remember your Aunt Phoebe loves you. Yes, she does. I'll be back to see you real soon. You come home. Bye-bye.
Say bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Oh, Brooke, I couldn't believe my ears. You can't possibly mean that you're not bringing that beautiful child back to Pine Valley. That's your home.
Aunt Phoebe, it was Lincoln's home, too, at one time, but he's very happy in King's Cross now.
That's entirely different, dear. He had to move here because he went into partnership with someone here.
Look, I think that this would be a lovely place to raise Laura. I really do.
That is beside the point, darling. Now, I'm sure that King's Cross being a lovely place has nothing whatsoever to do with your decision. It's just that you're running away from Tom.
Aunt Phoebe, just a minute, all right?
I know that I'm right, and you know it too, dear. You know what people will say? That you simply ran off and stuck your head in the sand.
I don't care what people say. I have a right to want to start my own life with me and my baby.
Of course you do, darling. But you can do that without running away.
I'm not running away. I am merely saying I'm thinking of staying here where I am.
Look, this isn't your home. Pine Valley is. You're simply letting your feelings for Tom drive you away.
I don't have any fears about Tom anymore. Look, I mean, if I had those, why would I stay here? He knows I'm
The
here.
more I think about this, the better I like it. I think this is the perfect place for you to settle.
But I don't, and I don't understand your attitude,
So
Mark.
look at it from her point of view. If she moves to King's Cross, she'll still be close enough to Pine Valley so that she can visit you and the family. And at the same time, she'll be far enough away so that Tom won't become a family problem, okay?
You see, you said it yourself. The whole thing goes back to Tom.
Well, she's not going to have to worry about him anymore. Brooke is in a position right now to set down new rules.
Right, and that is exactly what I intend to do.
Good, dear, but don't do it by running away.
I am not.